Call a meeting. Ready, Doctor?
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. So you're in the deep end, Rosemary, would you lead the pledge?
He gotcha.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President Hodges, or interim President Hodges today, I'll put it that way. So a few things, just want to let you know, we're going to put an update together for you guys on our national conference that we went to the Jason conference to give a presentation to you in the coming meetings. We got some people to present out. Also Thursday, I have a Zoom meeting with President Brad Smith of Marshall University at 4:30. Just want to give you that information and touch base of how we can collaborate, do some things together. And also this Thursday, I'm meeting with the Argonaut group that's going to Houston, Texas. The hurricane just went through. It's heading north right now, but they head out next Monday, the 15th through the 19th, and doing the entrepreneurship, the design thinking, and those activities. And there you have Princeton Middle School student Ava Coleman, who will be an 8th grader, and you have Blake Blankenship, who is going to be a junior at Princeton Senior High School, and then Princeton Middle School teacher Lakin Lucas. I wanted to share that with you all. That's all I have.
Very good. All right. Let me say on the roll call, we have Mr. Bailey, myself, and Mr. Godfrey are present, and Mr. Prudage and Mr. Stanton Smith are not here tonight. Citizen input, we didn't have any citizen input, did we? No. All right. Okay, policy 2322, Dr. Atkins, Rosemary, y'all got anything you want to?
Anything on that? Just
on that?
What is it? Your after the conference, and then Wednesday, and today's your first whole day with a lot of meetings, correct? So any 2322 that we can put in the minutes for you two.
I think the one thing I just will share, we are going to have a delegation of attendees from the Jason conference to come and share out more detailed information. But the conference was very, very good. I was very impressed with it. I attended last year and this year. I thought this year was better than last year. Not saying last year was bad, but we attended a couple of sessions on AI that was excellent. And I actually mentioned this afternoon we get a presentation from one of the ladies that did a keynote. And so he called up Matt Seeloff. He's the vice president with Jason, and he said, "Send me what you want, and I'll try to get it." And one of her slides in particular that I enjoyed was 2 columns, and one is what AI can do and what AI can never do. You know, it's basically what is human and what is not. And I think you all would enjoy that based on some conversations that we've had over the last few months. And that was my most enjoyable piece was that. And then also one of the tiles that Mr. Coleman shared out with elementary schools a few months ago, the Play Watch Kids. And it is a more inclusive, alphabetic, and just, it's an elementary, obviously an elementary type piece, but something that kids can see, characters that they can identify with that look like them. And it was great. And it was Jimmy Jenkins and Mr. Prather.
Do we have anybody in here that wanted to do the opposite little rap? I think Emily and Brent could lead it, you know?
We'll let Emily.
Tall.
Tall.
That's an opposite.
But it was great. So, Amber White, she's working on reaching out to them. Would love to get those guys down into Mercer County and to go into some schools and to get kids excited about learning. But it was very, very good, and a lot of international and national perspectives that helps you gain an understanding of some things that we have talked about. So, but we will. I talked to Rhonda today, Rogers and Angie. We'll get together a team. I mean, we won't be to death with you all, but give you the highlights of what everybody can learn and take away from it. But I think that it will make a huge difference for everyone.
It's good to get beyond our little nest and see how the rest of the world is doing.
Lots
How
of-
many did we have go to that?
19.
19, oh, very good, okay. And the AI, the more the better, I want to know more about that.
All of you all had a lot of questions about that, and I thought about each of you that sat there listening to that keynote, because it was just so informative, but also reassuring, to put your concerns aside. And
To teach people the right way to use
yeah, it was just really good, really good. And we went to more than one session on that, but that one, I'm going to try to get the presentation, so.
With the things that you all learned in the seminars that you went to, et cetera, did they give you materials to come back and then share with? I'm not so much concerned about your primary grades. I'm more concerned with the secondaries. We choose 2 Argonauts, and one's in middle school, one's in high school, and then a teacher. But what else are we going to have the ability to do to take this training and stuff that you all are doing to where we can have more students that might have the opportunity to be involved?
Right, I think that that's
One
what.
third
the team
answer,
will
secondary?
see, When they come, because we had more secondary people there, at least as many as we did elementary. And I think that they'll be able to present that, and just the opportunities of the 100 or so tiles that are available on the platform, because all it is a resource. It's just a digital database of resources. And, I was a secondary science teacher, and there would have been many of those tiles that I would have used to teach, support teaching content standards, because that's what we teach. And in secondary, we focus more. I said, I had to learn that when I went to elementary, because you focus a lot on the textbook teaches the standards, because the standards are so general with reading and math. But in secondary, you teach standards, and your textbook supports that, but you have to go to other sources. And I would have used Jason for that. But I feel like the ones that went will be able to, when we do the share out specific thing, I would rather them share out what their thoughts are on that. And Emily does a really nice job last year in taking certain activities and sending just that direct link out to the special ed teachers, and hey, you can use this, try that, making it even easier for them to use that. But we will be able to do that, and I'll tell Amber and Angie and Rosemary and I will sit down and talk about that to say, what's next? We do the monthly trainings for secondary and elementary every month around Jason, so we'll touch on that too.
And Angie and I met today to talk about some of the things that we need to do to give the teachers the support that they need to know how to use the Jason tiles, because there's so much on there for them that they can use that would be very beneficial. But it goes back to the same thing. You have a few people doing what a whole lot of people could be doing. So that's going to be one of our goals this year, is that we're going into training and monitoring and seeing what we're using, trying to get those numbers up.
And
While we're on this subject, I know we're this time of year we start kind of changing gears and trying to wrap some things up and then look forward and to maybe some things we want to do in the coming school year as far as our school performance, student outcomes and achievement. And again, this is in view to our goal setting here is coming up pretty soon. As far as wrapping up last school year's school performances, our outcomes and stuff, when would we expect?
We're still, that's a good question, and I should have talked about that. We're still waiting on the cleaned up data. I mean, we
Right.
have the Cambium raw data, and I think we are going to have a lot to celebrate. That measures the K-8 and then.
as soon as the state board releases it, does it first, so
Well-
that'll be August, I think is what they're talking about,
Yeah.
that August meeting.
But we'll give you that.
Well, that's kind of where I was going with this, because it always gets under your skin a little bit when you're looking at goal setting and you don't have a good readout of what you did, what good outcomes you had and what you need to improve. So I'm just hoping that we can make sure and try to get those two carts in a row, even though it is dependent on the state. I understand that.
I think we will be able to do that, and we'll provide it to you all in a condensed format so that it's easy to understand overall, and then also by grade level. And, we see, again, based on raw data, I think that, we're going to have things to celebrate. And then the main thing, I think, as a board that we could focus on is that balanced scorecard.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
and
that
hopefully
does
we'll see
summarize
some
all of that.
turning the page from COVID where we've,
I think so.
okay, thank you.
But we'll go through it all.
Anything, Rosemary, you want to add for secondary and whatever, just kicking it off?
You know, I think it's not a secret, we know secondary is our weak area, and, so I am meeting individually right now with like Mandy and Angie and Jenny and Ashley in the areas that they're in, and we'll meet as a group, but that we're gonna be hitting these schools pretty hard with what they need to be working on. We don't have a good percentage of students getting from us that took the exam for SATs. We don't have the scores that we would like to see, just in looking at the preliminary things. So there's gonna have to be some changes made, you know, from us on down as far as making sure that we're doing what we need to be doing. We train people to death, but if you train them and they don't use it, you know, it's pointless. So we are looking at data right now, and I've actually done a couple reports together for us.
I even look at, there's small things, and there's also, like, I know Mr. Hodges used to talk about some strategies, classroom strategies, which to me, sometimes I think that's the biggest thing, but then you have other things like scheduling and other things maybe we
And
need to look at going forward.
I think Bluefield High School today, Crystal, I met 5 certified math, wasn't it? I think, or what did he, but he had, I think he said, I think he had, Mr. Collins will have 4 certified math teachers this time, or what's?
Should have, yes.
This will be the first time in his,
In 4 years.
in 4 years, so I think that piece, but yeah, I did English and a few things, but there were several at Bluefield High.
Well, and I actually just sent him some other certified applicants for positions he has available, so.
Where are they coming from, Chris?
Some of them are out of county, some of them are out of state.
And coming back, and a few of them are coming back, I think,
Yeah,
in the
they are
system
coming
that,
back, but, some of them I've never even heard of.
How good we are, the word's getting out.
oh yeah, all 4 math certified teachers in place for the first time in 5 to 6 years, is what Mr. Collins sent me after I sent him an information.
That's what I wonder,
After
since
one interview.
we're not training any math, it seems like where are we gonna get them from?
Good,
We
thank you.
talked about even going down south in places, trying to
Good.
round some up.
Thank you.
All right.
Minutes.
Next item on the agenda is approve the minutes from June the 24th.
So
Make a
moved.
motion.
Make a motion, so
Second.
second,
Been
third.
moved and seconded. Did you get that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That brings us to the consent agenda. Board memo number 5 is bid number 960 for purchase of gasoline, diesel fuel, and heating oil. And these have been rewarded to R.T. Rogers for the gasoline and the heating oil to World Fuel Services. And as far as I'm concerned on this, if y'all have a question as we go through, ask it then. Board Memo 6, Contracted Service Agreement for Computer Tech Services. This with Roger Robertson for the coming year for, that'd be $45 per hour. Board Memo 7, East River Soccer Complex. This is used for their soccer complex for Bluefield High School, Bluefield Middle School, and Glenwood School. It's raised from $15,000 to $18,000 for this coming year.
Imagine that.
Picking up Glenwood too.
Board memo number 8,
I saw that.
payment of invoices for the month of July. And you got that whole list. Board memo 9, purchasing card transactions, payment of those. And that is the end of the consent agenda. If there's no questions, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And second.
Been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. That brings us to new business, first reading for school entrance requirements. This is a policy mainly just clarifying language and grammatical changes and so forth. This is not to be voted on, no action. Any discussion on that?
No.
All right, moving along there. Board Memo 11, device
You want to vote on that one individually since it's
Yeah,
not
that's
consent
fine.
now?
So
You want- Or
moved.
you want to do all of them?
Which one?
Uh,
I'll make a motion.
Since that's additional
11,
business.
10.
We do this separately
don't vote
now?
on
First reading, yeah, it's first
Okay.
reading.
There's
First
no
reading
action.
ad.
My apologies. Gotcha.
Keep up with me.
I got you. I'm good. I'm good. I got you.
Paul's got a mission.
I thought at one point he's gonna do all of them right there. Got you. Good deal. I'm with you.
Board Member 11, device cases. This is for 7,176 rugged device cases to replace the carrying bags. And this is the cost of $179,218.28. And it has been recommended for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It passes 3-0 like all the rest of them do. Okay, Board Memo 12, budget supplements and transfers. These are big numbers. I don't know if I can read them now. Budget transfers, $23,405,995.57. And the budget supplements, $725,491.13.
So moved.
Moved to approve
Second.
and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Passes 3-0. That brings us to the personnel agenda, Board Memo 13.
Dr. Philpett gave you the new sheet there with the names added to it. So if any questions, ask for approval.
They know what to do when they're ready.
So,
Yeah.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the personnel agenda. All in favor? Aye. Passes 3-0. There's supposed to be another one here somewhere, isn't there?
Number 13. Nope, that's not it. That was personnel.
That was
The one about the students.
14,
the student.
student
14.
disciplinary.
are we going to move that?
Does anybody want an executive session? That's up to you.
No,
Do you need executive?
no.
I'd like to see it, just maybe 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
Okay. Been
You
moved.
want to go back there?
That's fine.
Been moved and seconded to go in executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we will do that. Are we sending everybody home now, or?
No,
You wanna talk to
we'll
Jim?
go back here real quick and finish
Okay.
up, wrap up.
That's
so.
what I was asking.
Amy, what did you scare him with?
You vote for that one.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I was asking, or are we gonna move it to the very end?
We could
That
have,
is
we're
him.
just got to report
Well,
out. so
reports, department reports.
We'll just report out real quick. We'll be all right. We'll not be long.
Okay.
You got what time? You got 6?
6:17.
I got you. Thank you. Be right back, Leslie. We're out of,
Okay,
We're
we're
back,
back out
President.
of executive session.
what time you got? Time you got, Amber?
6:20.
6:20.
And the item before is Agenda 14, student disciplinary
Yeah,
action.
and the members of the board, I just asked that you expel student A till the beginning of the second semester of 2024-25 for violation of school policy, Mercer County policy, and West Virginia State Department of Ed.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And passes 3-0. So that finishes the agenda. You want to ask some folks questions?
Report out, if you guys got anything, Dr. Atkins, anything you want to add?
Just want to share that we did start our regional summer learning academies today, and I visited both sites. Started at Bluefield Primary School and had a good group there. These programs are designed for students not meeting the criteria of the Third Grade Success Act, so it is a K-3 program, very targeted and very specific in what we're doing there with reading and math, but it does serve all 16 elementary schools, and transportation is provided. Regional transportation, in most cases, that would be their school of origin, but we do have, a few others and work with ones as we did that. Had a good turnout there, better turnout in Princeton Primary, but we had more invited there based on need, and more coming tomorrow. So both locations, just real excited about that. Happy kids, and Krista Kessinger is using both sites as summer feeding programs, so any family can stop by and get lunch for their kids. And actually, when I was at Princeton Primary today, it was lunch, and we did have some come in, so that was also encouraging. In between those two sites, I did stop at Mountain Valley. You guys approved for us to expand our elementary all-ed program, so we're looking at things that we need to do to those rooms, furniture that we need to order, materials and supplies. So I work with Mrs. Quill on that so that we're ready to go when school starts, and sometimes it takes time to get certain things in, but we're real excited about how that program will also have a positive impact on all 16 elementary schools, so looking forward to that as well.
Did the food program just start today too?
No. It went last month.
She did it. She has.
She's had it all
She did
over,
it
yeah.
4 days a
A
week,
different food program.
2 in Bluefield and 2 in Princeton for
Yeah, Princeton,
3 weeks.
Mercer, and
This is just
Bluefield Primary, I
coordination.
believe.
She's using these sites because they're going anyway.
Good. Ms. Rosemary?
I'm just trying to find my way right now.
right.
I'm trying to find where everybody is at the central office. But mainly, I'm meeting with the people that are in the secondary, that do a lot with secondary, meeting with them individually, getting a feel for what they think we need to be doing, and then talking to people in the schools to see what they think, and we're going to get us a game plan together. So I'm going to have it together before August 1st. So that's my goal, is to have our plans as to how we're going to be out in the schools and what things we're going to focus on, goals that we're going to set.
All right. Leslie, you have anything?
Not really. I'll say we rolled out the ESM, the new purchasing software, and we've had a few little glitches, but it's working well, and continuing to roll that out, and just closing year in and on our way to the annual conference right now.
And that is, what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Clear up to Friday? Through Thursday, gotcha. Good deal. Thank you. Thank you. Be careful. All right. Dr. Philpeck, I'm going by this list right here today, and we're crazy. Anything you got? I know, I got you.
So I'm just continuing to fill jobs. Hopefully, we'll have the majority of them, fingers crossed, by the beginning of the school year filled.
Good. Thank you.
Crystal,
Miss-
how many substitute bus drivers are we going to have?
Well,
I know you don't have a crystal ball, but
I don't. I've advertised it 3 times in the
Right.
last month and a half, and we've received 1 person, and that happened to be somebody that was on our recall list. So
Right.
it didn't help us any. It will begin to be advertised again tomorrow.
are we gonna- or is that going to be on social media of some sort, so the rest of us can share it?
So, yes, we could get that together.
Okay.
Good.
And the other thing I had a question about is the resource officers.
Yes.
How's that going?
So same result. I did post those jobs to start tomorrow as well.
Let's start. Okay.
1.5 positions, and change the amount that we will pay them per hour. So hopefully we'll get some applicants because of that. But, the criteria for those, as you know, are limited to retired officers. So that poses just a little challenge. But I'm hopeful.
Again, if we get that on some social media, word might travel a little bit. I mean, I know a couple of people possibly, but I don't know what their current job situations are. I hate to tell them to look at it whenever they may not be eligible to begin with.
The job description is attached to all of those job postings, so if they'll just click on the link, they can read through it to see if they do qualify. If you want to, or hopefully, through social media, maybe you can get something.
Okay.
Military unit behind Bluefield High School, it's Army Reserve, and it's an MP unit. Have you thought about contacting them, that they could just get the word out to their MP people?
We can.
Would they have to be retired though, right?
They have to be retired.
Well,
That's it.
They would know.
But
what
they would-
Jim's
they would
saying.
know.
Yeah, they would know.
Yeah. Anything else for Dr. Philbeck?
That is it. Thank you.
Gotcha. Tom Atkins is in Morgantown for the Maintenance Facility Conference, so that started today. Mr. Murphy? I got you. You turned around, I was calling him out.
Mr. Murphy's just glad that he didn't have to answer questions on that other item on the agenda earlier. I say he
Let's
did
go.
this.
We're gonna make this a fast meeting, Mr. Murphy. I'm ready. Come on, we're ready to go.
So Eastern Malvo, I know Leslie didn't express how big an impact that's gonna make and what she was saying, but that's a big one for her team, for the back office folks, to be able to place a requisition, turn it into a purchase order and get those purchases flowing all electronically is a huge time saver in the schools and in central office. And so that was a big win for her team, that they got done and is working today. We are working on student devices. So that's what we're doing a lot of this summer, those new student devices. We've got them in, and students will get those devices when school starts. That's the big one we're working on right now.
Good. Ms. Harrison?
We're getting ready for the back-to-school admin meeting that will be on August 5th at Pikeview High School. Getting our goodies ready for that. Also, waiting to hear back from ZMM to be able to do that CESP, not an update, but what's it called?
Amendment.
Amendment, thank
Yeah,
you.
good, welcome.
They're supposed to get that back to me by Friday at the latest, so we can get that on the agenda next time.
And we'll have to approve that, and then the state board will also approve that before we submit the needs project for that update. So
Well,
good.
Jason Learning is working on another grant for us as well.
Thank you.
Danielle and I met with Jeff today. It deals with expanding computer science classes and getting lots of local employers to do internships and things like
Good,
that.
good. Ms. Huddle?
We start extending the school year tomorrow at Princeton High, and so with that, that's for our special ed students who didn't meet a critical skill goal in their IEP, and then we also are starting our summer testing for our kids who needed IQ testing or speech testing or anything like that, so we start that tomorrow, and that runs just Tuesday and Wednesday, the whole month of July.
Thank you. Ms. Farmer? Welcome.
We're good.
Gotcha.
We met with Jason Learning today about that.
You just
Like
hired a new
good
assistant
opportunity,
too.
and I talked to somebody in the State Department today. They're gonna come down and do a piece on our welding apparatus.
And your new help, Mr. Simon, was hired tonight, so start tomorrow, so good. Good.
The dual credit thing that was on social media too, I congratulate on getting that out. I think that's a big plus for the community and their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 68 right now signed up in the healthcare pathway.
Amber and I'm done.
That's tremendous.
Amber and I'm done.
30
See if
some
I
in
get Amber
Rotary
done.
Run. So we've got, as far as their enroll, ready to go,
You got
everything
nothing?
submitted. So we've got pretty good numbers.
So are you looking for another instructor for Grow Your Own? Because Les can't handle 37 kids.
They'll be broke up between morning and evening, so he's just not gonna be able to take much more. Healthcare won't either. We're pretty
I
much
thought
gonna
that.
be maxed out in healthcare too, which is a good thing to have, no problem.
Good.
We can take some more in IT, so we're gonna keep recruiting that pretty heavily. And then New River is, they're working on a dual credit pathway for tourism, which will be neat, and then one for marketing, so that would be pretty cool.
Dr. Bowles? Are you done?
I was.
No, I don't know if Jim had a question for
Oh.
Ms. Farmer.
The meeting that you had with Princeton Community,
Leslie and I met with the CEO and the teacher educator and the COO to just discuss possibilities of expanding what we've done with Princeton Hospital. They've been great to take our students, high school and adult, for clinicals at the hospital, but we are trying to work out something to where the students that are in the dual credit pathways can go specifically to areas instead of just like trying different things, you know, a day or two here and there, that they actually would have some hands-on activities that they could do within departments. And so we have New River coming the end of this month, and we're gonna, Leslie and I hope Leslie, she may have to be out of town when the time they come, but anyway, we're gonna be going over and meeting New River and Princeton Hospital to set up an MOU. They'll let us know what they can do. New River will let them know what they can do. The hope is that they can provide, that New River can provide an instructor for something that the hospital needs, and then we can provide the facility here at the tech center for them to come in and teach them. And then for kids that are doing the internships, that when they're there, if the rotation is at 3 different places, and that's what they really like, that instead of just making them go from, you know, one to another as they explore, they'll spend the time.
For her before you go to vote.
And it's an exciting thing. We just have to get it put in place, and we will have it before school starts.
Well, we got your attention. Did you get to meet with Dr. Bogus on Level Up?
Dr. Bogus, you know, I had talked to her, we talked on the phone, she
Right.
was gonna call me back, and I had not been able to get her. Danielle and I had been trying to reach her, and last night, I finally, through Messenger, got her, and she sent back, and she had asked if she could call me today so we could talk about this. She said her people had all been out on vacations, so she had not had the opportunity to sit down with them. But then, she messaged me this morning, she broke a tooth, so she didn't work today, she had to go to the dentist. So I'm waiting to hear back from her.
Okay.
Good. Dr. Bowles?
Just that Brent has worked really hard today to help me get the iPads fixed, so it'll be a very simple, no login, very very easy, and it'll be, I'll just drop it into a folder, and you'll be able to click on it, and then I've created the colorful clickable tabs, with Mr. Hodges' suggestions, so you don't have to scroll through all the big long packets, you can just click from memo to memo.
I'd love to take credit for that. That's why I don't think it was me.
You did.
It was a great idea, so, yeah, I did it, but I'm not so sure about that. That could come from back there somewhere.
That's it, Mr. Hodges? Any
Yeah,
other-
we entertain a motion to adjourn, am I right?
Any
on
board
that?
member requests or updates, and I think you're good.
I motion we adjourn.
I gotcha. Paul?
Jim? Second?
I'll
Go ahead.
Okay. Been moved to second. All in favor, we're out of here.
Leslie, thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
All right, be careful. Good night. Bye-bye. Time we got, Amber? 6:34.
If I leave this here, what do you do with it?
Shred it.
No, then I'll leave that with you.
What is it?
'Cause that's what Jim gave me his too, him and Mark's, right?
I just want to make sure it's recycled.
I got you. Thank you. Just heavier on my shoulder.
No more to carry out, yeah. That stuff does get heavy.
Yeah, but I can make it.
Yeah.
At
You're
least
the
my
man.
worries. I'm the man.
You're the man.
And then,
Thank you, gentlemen. Jim,
take exactly what
I'm gonna go meet the family in Outback. I don't know what we'll drink up there.
I carry him in the